A player threatening to kill a whole club. A 10-0 drumming in one of the world's best competitions, apparently, and a Real Madrid legend buying a club in League One. I'm Matt for FourFourTwo, and here is what's on our feed. First up, Instagram. Ryan Cherky wants to kill the whole of Manchester United. This was a bit of a mad interview that the Frenchman put together upon signing for Manchester City. Of course, you'll remember that crazy game where Maguire scored the winner against Lyon in the Europa League last season. But Cherky's quoted as saying, "I did not like it when Manchester United won the game against Lyon because I am a Lyonnais," and that's fair enough. He then said, "Now I am waiting for the game to kill them." I get the feeling that's a little bit too intense, like calm down. But I get the feeling that this might be a translation issue from French to English, or maybe he just didn't know the correct term to use at that moment in time, because that seems absolutely ridiculous. However, he has now made a massive rod for his back and teed up a great storyline in the Manchester derby at the beginning of next season. This is going to be incredible. I mean, he either goes full Ange Postecoglou and backs up what he's saying. Imagine he goes like Balotelli and has the Why Always Me vest. Or he doesn't, and he gets absolutely torn to shreds on social media, whether he doesn't play, he's on the bench, or whether he's injured, or whether he has a bad game or Manchester City lose. This is going to come back around in one good way or one bad way. We'll have to wait and see. I'm totally here for it. It would be also amazing if he actually just joined Manchester City because of it. Like, this is the levels of pettiness and the levels of shithousery that he's going through, is that there's loads of offers on the table. I'm leaving Lyon, but I'm going to go to Manchester City just to get into the team, then play against Manchester United twice next season, and then just to beat them to have a laugh. Extraordinary. Again, I'm totally here for that. By the way, one of the best comments on this video is from JC Colby, sorry, on this post, not video, who said, "Enjoy passing backwards from now on. Ask Grealish what happened." I mean, that is brutal. We'll have to wait and see. I saw an interview with him where he said that Pep Guardiola mentioned that he'll be free and that he'll be allowed to run and dictate the game. I guess we'll see about that. Next up, it's 𝗕𝗫𝗧𝗥𝗔. And talking of people showing no mercy, the Bayern Munich forward literally did not feel bad at all for putting 10 past Auckland City in the Club World Cup.
During the game, did you feel a little bit bad for Auckland? Because obviously you were so much stronger than your opponents.
Nope. No.
And he shouldn't at all, because FIFA have been billing this as the best of the best competition in the world. And it's a summer full of football where, unfortunately, it started with a game that was so one-sided, so ridiculous, it kind of devalues the competition. And we're, what, 3 or 4 days in? It's just really not a good look. Honestly, what's he supposed to say? They've been brought out there, they've been told it's a big deal, and there's a lot of money on the line. So at least Bayern Munich went for it. 6-0 up at half-time, 10-0 at the end of the game. I do feel sorry for Auckland, but I'm not playing. I'm not the professional who's supposed to be doing a job. I'm merely a man watching behind a screen. I have to say that Auckland were over 5,000th in the rankings, in the world rankings. That's according to Opta. The next lowest ranked team is UAE outfit Al Ain in 625th. So it's not even that they're close to the rest of the teams. They're not even close to the second worst team, which is unbelievable. They've got a salary cap, this team, of around 150 New Zealand dollars, which is about £66 a week. And Harry Kane's on £400,000 per week, which on some basic mathematics means that it would take Auckland City's best paid player 117 years to earn what Harry Kane earns in a week, which just shows you the golfing class. So actually, they've done pretty well to keep it at just 10. The other thing I will note from the Club World Cup that's really, really cool is that ref cam. I saw one in the Chelsea game of Pedro Neto's goal. That looks amazing. I'm not sure we're going to see it in the Premier League anytime soon. Certainly not with audio. Because can you imagine the abuse that the referees get in the Premier League and then adding audio to it? As well, actually, not just the Premier League, in La Liga, Jude Bellingham would be in serious trouble.
He used to rather high percentages against other clubs, but I think that is a...
And this would not go down well if he's talking to the referee like that. But talking of Real Madrid, actually, this is the last one on Instagram. This was a good one. Gareth Bale is at the forefront of a consortium that plan to buy Plymouth Argyle. Newly relegated Plymouth Argyle that have gone from the Championship to League One. I can only assume that Luka Modric, who's now become a part owner in Swansea City, has basically told Bale, his former teammate, "Oh, it's great. Get involved. You know, there's opportunities for the future." I don't quite get it. The only thing I'm here for is that if somehow either Plymouth get promoted, if Plymouth and Swansea draw each other in a cup tie, and then Modric and Bale both come out and represent their teams, it would just be some sort of ex-Clasico. And it'd be really, really interesting to see. Apart from that, I don't get it. If someone could explain in the comments how Bale has ended up being interested in Plymouth, yeah, really, do let me know. And finally on Instagram, actually, we've got to talk about 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗥𝗓𝗏 and his cryptic posting. We love a cryptic post. He basically just put up an Instagram story that reads, "There is a lot of talks at the moment. Most of it is false. I will speak when the time is right." I have absolutely no idea what that means, but the reports are that it's something to do with blackmail and the sporting president. No clue. However, his future is still up in the air between Arsenal and Manchester United. Both of those teams could do with him for different reasons. Manchester United, because it will give them a player who can actually score in the attack. And Arsenal, because it could be the guy, the striker that gets them over the line and finally wins them the Premier League title. They can both use him. They both have the money to spend. I feel like this one will be done by now, but there we go. Cryptic posting it is for the minute. X/Twitter. Right, let's not spend too long here, otherwise I might find myself believing in all sorts of weird and wacky shit. Oh, no, the first one is fairly normal. David Ornstein reporting that Andy Robertson is going to go to Atletico Madrid. My mind first off goes to, why is this scarily like the Kieran Trippier deal? I don't know, it's like early 30s, very fit and reliable fullbacks who you could guarantee are going to be available for the most of the season and provide some pretty good crosses into the box. I don't know. This one kind of works. I would say a Scottish player leaving the UK and going abroad, I can't think of too many examples recently, apart from Scott McTominay, and he did amazing. So who knows? Maybe Andy Robertson will be brilliant. It kind of actually does make sense. Milos Kerkez looks like he's all but a Liverpool player. That'll be confirmed soon. And he's going to be the starting left-back for Liverpool. He's really, really good. Andy Robertson was really, really good. Not throwing any shade, not throwing any hate on him. I just think in the last season particularly, maybe he wasn't as good as in previous years. But with him and Trent leaving, it's like end of an era vibes at Liverpool. Maybe he just wants to hang out with Trent more. Maybe they're both just going to be neighbours in Madrid and be buddies. Well, rivals, but then also buddies as well. Right, the next thing. Well, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. Kevin De Bruyne has never won a Player of the Month award. Oh my God. Well, it speaks to his levels of consistency, I guess. That's ridiculous. You know what that is? That is people and whoever votes for these things becoming too used to his greatness. Like one of, or there's a case to make the best player, the best midfielder the Premier League's ever seen. There is nothing he can't or hasn't done, nothing he hasn't won, and he's unbelievable. And he's never won a Player of the Month award. There are some stinking names in there, but I'm not going to offend anybody. But people who have won at least one. But yeah, I guess it's like saying that Manchester City should win Team of the Month when they win a few games back to back. It's like, yeah, well done, you're Man City. So if Kevin De Bruyne does something great, it's like, well, yeah, he's always great. His recognition comes at the end of the season when he's won a few Player of the Seasons. For those interested, the most Premier League Player of the Month awards ever won is a three-way tie between Sergio Aguero, Harry Kane and Mo Salah on 7 apiece, which now means that probably a couple of months into next season, Mo Salah will be the outright leader on Player of the Month awards. He's on 7. I genuinely think with a season like last season, he could make his way to 10. He could definitely make his way to 10 by the end of this campaign. And Liverpool will probably have another title to boot. TikTok. This is similar to Twitter in the fact that, to be honest, I could scroll through this for absolute hours. And its speed says Messi aired me. Let's have a quick look. Yep, Lionel Messi is obviously Club World Cup. Oh, God, he looks devastated. Well, I don't know what he expects. He constantly bangs on about Cristiano Ronaldo, how much he loves him. And he's even got a tattoo of Ronaldo, I think. Maybe Messi's not really thinking about it too much. What's funny, though, is that he says hello to Pepe. I'm like, this is the guy that, you know, tried and sometimes succeeded at kicking the crap out of you in every single Clasico for like 10 years. But obviously, Messi just recognises other professional footballers and isn't so interested in meeting speed. Can you imagine if they had met, though? This will break the internet. This has already done crazy numbers on TikTok. Facebook. Right, this one's from Dream Team. Carlos Tevez needed just 10 minutes to score 4 goals at Soccer Aid. I love that he's come to a charity game and just been like, yeah, I don't care. I play football. I'm here to score goals. And he scored 4. which is outrageous. They've also said this is more goals at Old Trafford this year than Rasmus Højlund. Than flops Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee combined. To be a villain in a charity match is just really funny. I guess that's why Angry Ginge decided to absolutely slice through him. Honestly, I'm not for just tackling for the hell of it. Like, if Angry Ginge was like, I'm going to make a good piece of content, I'm going to tackle him and just absolutely nail him for no reason. Again, it's a charity match. Having said that, he got the ball. It's a very good tackle, so I'm all for it. I think that's a great piece of content. Yeah, having a dig at Zirkzee and Højlund, not the best. I mean, to be honest, they'd probably also bag a lot of goals in a charity game. So yeah, I really think that's a bit crazy. But hey, this is Facebook, and all sorts of content ends up on here, including this post from AC Milan celebrating that their former player Ringo Gattuso is going to manage Italy. Holy moly. Italian football really has some issues, doesn't it? Even to the way that Spalletti announced his own firing at a press conference last week. Like, he came down and was like, yeah, I've spoken to the boss and I'm going to be fired. Which is mental, because he then took charge of a game and then left. Anyway, Gattuso's coming in after some recent spells that included doing nothing at 𝗕𝗫𝗧𝗏, Marseille or Valencia. Maybe 2020 was when Gattuso last won something, and he doesn't really have a style of play. The only reason I could think they've done this is that they've just gone for someone younger, because all the last guys have been fairly old. The last decade, since they sacked Antonio Conte, has been old Italians trying to kind of piece together, I guess, or stick with their tactical ways. And yes, they did win the Euros in 2021. Don't remind me. But it looks like the Italian FA have decided, right, Gattuso's coming in. He's got a few backroom staff, like Bonucci's in there, I think, Gianluigi Buffon as well. We're going to try and attempt to get through to the team that haven't qualified for the last 2 World Cups by bringing in someone that they know, or at least they grew up watching, and giving this youthful, combative energy that Gattuso brought on the pitch to the bench. YouTube. And by YouTube, I actually mean our YouTube comment section, because there's always a few good laughs in there. Some really nice positive comments about our content recently. A few negative ones. To be expected. We know there's a bit of a transition going on. One of our latest videos is our summer transfer series with Papa Pinkus, as he's called himself. Yeah, he's doing the transfer series, and there was a really, really funny comment that made me laugh. So, at the 𝗈𝗍𝗓 has said, at what point in your life can you shave the middle part of your tash and still have this amount of confidence? Which is very good. I'm actually going to put that to him and see what he thinks. I think, you know what? It doesn't matter what you've got. Whether you've got a good moustache, a good beard, whatever your hairstyle is. If you carry it with some confidence like he does, then it just feeds itself. It's self-perpetuating. If you feel like you're confident, you have confidence, and then it shows. And then you get people like this who really want to know how he does it by shaving the middle part of his moustache. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the way forward. You can check out that video, by the way, by clicking here. You can also check another one by clicking right here as well, because we've got lots of content coming out on FourFourTwo. Anyway, that's it for today and what was on our feed. I will see you in the next video.